I'm 56, no meds, normal blood pressure, stable glucose, and I didn't get there with fad diets or hours in the gym. I did it by sticking to 5 simple habits, and I'm showing other women over 40 how to do the same inside a free community that's changing lives every day. Let's talk about it. Hey sis, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Loretta, certified health, life, and menopause coach. And this space is all about helping women 40 plus reset their health, rebalance their hormones, and prevent chronic illness without feeling like they have to hustle or deprive themselves. Today's video it's not a sales pitch, trust me. It's a real conversation about what's working for me and for women inside my free community, Renew Her Wellness Circle. We launched a 75-day challenge, and it's not about doing more, it's about doing it smarter. And today I'm going to teach you the 5 tenets of that challenge so you can get started today, whether you join the community or not. So let's talk about why this challenge. Because women after 40, it just things change. It's just real talk, things change. Hormones, energy, digestion, metabolism, our moods, there's a change. And if you're like me or most of the women I coach, you've already tried a bunch of stuff. You know, there's so many things that we get as far as ads, and you try and hope it works. Some of it works for a little while, most of it doesn't last. So I created the 75-day reset because I wanted to get consistent. Hear me, not perfect. I'm not perfect, but consistent results. And listen, you'll hear me say this. I work to control what I can control, right? So here we're going to take control of the things that we can influence. And I wanted women to feel supported doing the same thing that I'm doing. So this is a wellness reboot. We're grounded in real life, no shame, no extremes, no magic pills. Just 5 core habits that work with your body, not against it. And sis, I know you keep hearing me say 75 days, and you're like, 75 days. Don't be afraid of it. This isn't about doing 75 perfect days in a row. It's about giving ourselves time, because time is actually what creates transformation. Research shows that it takes at least 60 to 70 days to lock in a new habit. So, this challenge is about building a rhythm that sticks. We're rewiring old patterns and making new ones feel natural. No rush, no race, just real growth at a pace that honors our season of life. So let's get into the 5 tenets. I told you we're going to teach it right here. You don't have to get in the community. I love to see you there, but you don't have to be there. I'm going to teach it right here, right now. So the 5 tenets of the reset. The first one is move with intention. We're going to start with movement. Now, this is movement not in the way that our diet culture teaches us. This isn't about burning calories. It's about building strength, protecting our bones, boosting our mood, and supporting our metabolism. This challenge encourages intentional movement every day. And that can look different depending on who you are, what you like. The key is doing what works for you. Now, why do I stress movement? Well, movement reduces insulin resistance. And you'll start hearing a lot about that in terms of menopause, and movement helps reduce that. It also supports hormone balance. It improves our lymphatic flow, digestion, and inflammation. So let me give you some things to think about. Like I said, you want to do what works for you, not just what works for somebody else, because then you only do it like 1 or 2 times and then you won't do it again. So figure out what works for you. It can be maybe after you have a meal, you say, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to walk for 10 or 15 minutes, right? Whatever that looks like for you. You may say, okay, I'm just going to like really just stretch, right? And that is where you start. You have to just start where you are. Strength training. If you look at any of my videos, I talk about strength training. I talk about lifting weights because it's important for us women to do just that. Or you might just be like a 5-minute movement break, right? So maybe after you sit for a long meeting, you say, okay, let me get up and, whatever it is, go up and down the steps, whatever it works for you. Inside the challenge, inside our community, we celebrate any form of movement because consistency beats intensity every time. Let me say that again. Consistency beats intensity every time. What we're looking for here is consistency. Number 2, hydration first. All right, it's going to sound simple, but drinking your water, game changer. Most women over 40 are walking around dehydrated, and that affects the brain. Like we get, that brain fog, cravings, digestion, even your mood can be affected if you're not drinking the water that you need to drink. You have to remember that dehydration raises cortisol and makes hunger signals less accurate. And so you'll be thinking you're hungry when you really aren't really hungry, but then you'll start snacking. So you need to drink your water. Water also helps to reduce bloating. Start your day with water. Even before you take that cup of coffee, that sip of coffee, start your day with water. Stack that habit. So maybe you're one who says, okay, while I'm doing this or whatever that you're doing, you say, you know what, why I do that, since I do that every day, I'm going to sip on my water. That's what I mean by habit stacking. Help you just get into the habit of just drinking that water, sipping it. So in our community, during this challenge, we're tracking our water intake. You're establishing a base for wherever you are now. It could be that you don't drink any water. Wherever you are, we're establishing that base, and then we're increasing gradually, right? So that's when I can get into the community. We can share different hacks for just increasing our water intake. Your energy shifts fast when hydration becomes a habit. So that's number 2. Number 3, protein forward eating. What do I mean about that? Well, a lot of times when we think of protein, we think of bodybuilders, right? But protein is not just for bodybuilders, it's for us. It builds muscle, it balances blood sugar, and it helps us feel full longer. That's important, especially when our hormones are in flux. So, listen, whatever changes you're making in your diet or your exercise, make sure you consult your doctor. What we find is that women need about 100 to 130 grams of protein a day. And when I'm saying women, women our age. So, why? You remember that helps build muscle, and muscle is critical for metabolism and strength after 40. Since protein also supports hormone production and stabilizes our cravings because the protein will make us feel full longer. And that keeps us from eating more than we really should. I say, and if you do the research, it says target about 30 to 40 grams per meal. Now, I just, as a sidebar for me, I have pretty much the same breakfast every day. That may be some of that ADHD that I deal with, but I have pretty much the same breakfast every day. And that it comes out to about almost 40 grams. It's like 38, 39 grams of protein for breakfast. And so when you start your day off like that, it's easier for you to get that total amount of protein. So I share real life meals in the community. We talk about eggs, salmon, the benefits of salmon, Greek yogurt, tuna, chicken. That's really what I eat. And it's easy stuff, easy prep, because once you get to know me, you know that I don't really do all that detailed cooking stuff. I like to put stuff together quickly. I love to meal plan and just make it easy so I can stick on, keep to a schedule. So, and stick to a plan. So it's easy stuff. No powders. I personally don't use the protein powders. They're not needed unless you just want them. Number 4, rest and recovery. I bet you didn't expect that one. To be honest, people they kind of they don't think about rest, but it is so important. Our culture celebrates the hustle, right? But that could backfire on you as you get older. Ladies, I know we love to wear our little, like, our super women cape, and we think we can do it all. But there comes a time when our body needs to rest. Our body needs that space to recover and reset. Let me just share with you. Poor sleep, that raises your cortisol. It raises your blood sugar and your hunger hormone. You'll see, watch. When you don't get enough sleep, you'll kind of start feeling hungry, you'll start cravings, and you'll start eating things that you may not normally eat, but it's a cycle. Recovery supports your nervous system. So when you get that rest, you're supporting your nervous system, you're supporting your hormones, your mood, even fat loss. So it's important to go ahead and get that rest. In the community, we talk about pretty much figuring out what bedtime ritual works for you, right? And remember, we're all unique. So what works for me may not work for you. But research is showing that when you're on your phone all the way up to the time that you go to bed, and sometimes it's like you just want to get that last little funny thing on TikTok or whatever the case is. But research shows that can affect your sleep. So you may put that in and say, okay, after a certain time, I'm going to just put my phone down, and I'm going to journal, or I'm going to just stretch, or whatever that is, whatever works for you. But to put it as a routine so that it's like, boom, at this time, this is what I do. And it becomes a habit. So in this challenge that I'm talking about, we normalize rest. And we remember, it's not being lazy. Rest is essential. Number 5, we're at number 5. So finally, what's number 5? Mindset. I call it mindset and mini wins. Why? Because let me tell you, mindset is the secret sauce. We're not chasing perfection. If you're familiar with any of the other, it's like 75 hard or 75 soft. It's like, if you got boom, 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 this is what you do. And if you miss, then you got to start all over again, right? This is not that kind of challenge. We're not chasing perfection. What we're doing is collecting small wins every day, because those small wins, they build confidence, motivation, and momentum. So that is what we focus on. So just think about it. When you're tracking those wins, it rewires your brain to expect success, not failure. Mini wins. Like, what do I mean by mini wins? Hey, if you're one who wasn't drinking water and now you're drinking, whatever that is a day, that's a win. Okay? You decided, you know what? After lunch, or as part of my lunch, I'm going to have part of my lunch is going to be eating, other part of my lunch is going to be taking a walk. That's a win. So as you accumulate these wins, hey, choosing protein over a snack, and when I say that, you may say, hey, you know what, instead of whatever it is, maybe it's a bagel or something like that, you say, you know what, I'm going to choose something that's more protein focused, right? Maybe a boiled egg or whatever it is that you like. That's a small win. So the key of this is those small wins, they build consistency, and that consistency builds results. So in this challenge, in our community, we support each other daily. Okay, that's what it was all about. Sometimes it gets quiet in there, but the goal is to support each other daily, reflect weekly what's worked for us, what didn't work for us, what is it that we want to improve, what can we change, and create space for real progress, not pressure. That's not what it's about. It's progress. So let me just we're gonna just kind of sum it all up and remember there's the 5 tenets, right? What's the first one? First one, move with intention. That was our first one. Our second one is hydration first. Then we got to our third, protein forward eating. Number four, rest and recovery. And then number five, mindset and mini wins. So now those were our 5 tenets. Any part of it that you want to go over, just, the replay will be out later and you can listen to it again and watch this again. But here's the one thing I want you to take from this. The best part, you don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till a new month. You can start your 75 days today, right now. Whenever you watch this video, consider that your day one. Don't overthink it. Don't procrastinate. In the Renew Her Health community, there's a full training that walks you through how the challenge works, and you'll get support from the very first step. Listen, I've lived this. So again, as I said, I walk what I talk. I'm 56 years old. I don't take any medication. It's not that I'm not taking it and I'm prescribed any. No, I'm not prescribed any medication. So therefore, I have no medication to take. My blood pressure is normal. My glucose is normal. And it didn't happen because I did everything perfectly. I just keep showing up. I keep showing up. I'll go for a morning walk, or I'll decide, you know what, instead of jumping in the car to go to maybe the bank or to the library or whatever, I'll walk. I switched to Greek yogurt. That was one of the things that was a change for me. So what was that like? I swapped one snack, or the snack I would have in the middle of the day, for protein. So instead of my Lay's potato chips where, you can't eat just one, I switched to the Greek yogurt. So, and think about it. There's certain things, and I teach this in the community about habit stacking. So, a lot of us, we're going to have that cup of coffee and we wait for it to brew. So, what about doing squats or doing some type of movement activity while you're waiting for your coffee to brew? Trust me, sis, it adds up. And this challenge helps you see that and feel supported while you do it. So, if this sounds like the kind of support and strategy that you need, listen, I got you. That's what the Renew Her Wellness Circle is all about. It's not just a group, it's a community where I'm able to cheer you on, support you while training and giving you tips. This challenge is just one piece of it. Again, I know 75 days, it may sound like a lot. I get it. But that's the beauty of it. It gives us time to slow down, build habits that actually stick. The time allows for transformation, and the research backs that up. So, real change takes repetition, not pressure. Let me say it again. Real change takes repetition, not pressure. And remember, there's not a right time to start. You can begin your 75-day reset whenever you're ready. You don't have to catch up or wait till I do it again. Like, okay, when's she going to start again? No. Your first day is your first day. Let this be your day one. Inside the community, there's a full training to guide you. And as we support women, no matter what day they start, what matters is that you do start for you. Now, I'm going to drop the link in the description. It's completely free. The website is renewhernow.com. So RenewNow.com. RenewHerNow.com. RenewHerNow.com. And if you're ready, again, it's completely free, no pressure. Go ahead and sign up and join us in the community. But if you're not ready, no pressure. Just keep showing up here. Keep showing up for you. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.